Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello Sobat Hebat Masa Surba. Hello students, welcome back to online English lesson for SMP or MTS grade 8 with me, Heru Haryadi. In this occasion, I will deliver the final examination overview for old semester. Yeah, this video is the final examination overview part 1. Yeah, I will make the overview into two parts, part 1 and part 2. But in this video, I only focus on part 1. I hope by watching this video, you can prepare the final examination nicely. Before we start the lesson for today, let's say the dua together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Raditu billahi robba wa bil islami dina wa bi Muhammadin nabiyya wa rasula. Rabbi zidni ilma warzuqni fahma waj'alni min ibadikas shalihin. Well, as we know together that soon we will have final examination for old semester. So here I will deliver the final examination overview so you can prepare the material, you can study, you can comprehend the material, all the material that I already give to you. Okay, as I said just now that we will have final examination, of course English, and then the amount of the question is 50 questions, and the type of the questions is multiple choice. And the list of the materials, I will divide it into some chapters. Yeah, all these chapters we have discussed it starting from the beginning of this semester until the last video that I already uploaded to you. Yeah, the chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, and chapter 6. Yeah. For the chapter 1, we already discussed about asking for attention, checking understanding, showing appreciation or compliment, and then asking for and giving opinion. And the list of the material for chapter 2, ability or can, and then willingness, this is about will. And then for chapter 3, obligation, prohibition, and also advice or suggestion. And then chapter 4, there are commands, invitation expression, asking for and giving permission. And then for chapter 5, this is about greeting card. And the last one, chapter 6, there are preposition of place and also quantifiers. So all these materials, are used in final examination. Alright, after you know the list of all the materials that will be used in a final examination, here I will show you the final examination overview. Yeah, the first material is asking for attention. And the form of the question is in the form of dialogue, and the students should respond the expression, and then finding implicit information. And for checking understanding here, the form of the question is in the form of dialogue, and then the students should respond the expression and also finding implicit information. So please prepare for it. And here I will show you the example of the question about this material. Okay, I will show you the example of the question about the previous final examination overview. Okay, read the dialogue below to answer the question. Okay, I will read this dialogue for you. This dialogue is between teacher and students. Can I have your attention, please? Students, blah blah blah. We are going to have an outing class to get in part 2. Hooray! And then, for the question. Question number 1. The suitable expression to fill the blank space is A. Alright, ma'am. B. No, you can't. C. I don't believe it. D. Are you kidding? Yeah, what do you think about the answer? A, B, C, or D? Yeah, the answer is A. Alright, mom. Yeah, this is about the how to respond the expression of asking for attention. And then for question number 2, where is the destination of their outing class? What do you think, students? In the dialogue written that we are going to have an outing class to Jatim Part 2. Yeah, we should think where is the location of the Jatim Part 2? And the answer is Malang. Yeah, this is just the example of the question, and I will make another question that's similar with this example in the final examination. Okay, next for the final examination overview, this is about complement. Yeah, this is the material. And then the form of the question is in the form of dialogue, and what should the student do is responding the expression and then finding implicit information, and the last one finding the meaning. Yeah, finding the meaning of certain word. And then the next material is about asking and giving opinion, and the form of the question is the same, that is in the form of dialogue. And then what should the student do here is finding the general information and then finding implicit information, and the last one finding specific information. Yeah, I will give the example of the question about this final examination overview. Alright, this is the example of the question. Read the dialogue below to answer the questions. Well, I will read this dialogue for you. This dialogue is between Eri and Yoga. What do you think of our new classmate Angga? He is really blah 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 student. I think so. He makes friends easily. Nearly all of our friends know him well in just a month. And the questions? What is the relationship between Eri and Yoga? A. Stranger. B. Classmate. C. Enemy. D. Sibling. And the answer is classmate. Yeah, of course the answer is classmate here because there is a sentence, what do you think of our new classmate? It means that Eri and Yoga are classmates. Okay, question number 2. What is the suitable word to fill the blank space? You can see here the blank space. He is really blah 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 student. Yeah, in this question you can make conclusion by read this sentence. I think so. He makes friends easily. Yeah, he makes friends easily. So the character of the new classmate there is A. Shy, sociable, or C. Talkative, or D. Stubborn. Okay, the answer is sociable. Oh yeah, for the first question, this is called as finding general information. So you should read the dialogue first and then make a conclusion and then finding the answer. And for the question number 2, yeah, it's called as finding specific information. And For number 3, does Eric agree with Yoga opinion? Yeah, the answer is A. Yes, he does. How do we know if the answer is A? Yeah, you can see in the dialogue, you can read in the dialogue that Eric said, I think so. Yeah, it means that Eric agree with Yoga's opinion. So we should answer A. Yes, he does. And this question is called as finding implicit information. Okay, next final examination overview. Yeah, the material is about ability. The question is in the form of dialogue and also jumbled words. Yeah, for the dialogue, the students should determining expression of asking for ability. And the second one, students should responding ability expression. And the third one, finding implicit information. How about jumbled words? Yeah, here the students should rearrange jumbled words into a correct order. Alright, this is the example of the question about ability. I will read this question for you. Yeah, as I said before that the question is in the form of dialogue. Yeah, this dialogue is between Andy and Farhan. What can we do in the library? Farhan, blah blah blah. What is the suitable response to fill the blank space? A. You can read books and borrow a book. You must read books and watch films. C. You can read books, watch films, and use the computer. D. You must not use the computer. What do you think, students? Which one the correct answer? Yeah, the situation here is about a library. Okay, the correct answer is A. You can read books and borrow a book. We jump to the second question. Arrange the following words into a good sentence. Sing beautifully, can, she, and song. What you have to do here to rearrange these words into a good order. Okay, the correct answer is B. She can sing a song beautifully. Well, the next final examination overview. The material is about willingness. And the form of the question is dialogue and also jumbled words. And for dialogue here, the students should determine expression of asking for willingness and also responding willingness expression, and the last one, finding implicit information. And about the jumbled words, the students should rearrange the jumbled words. Yeah, this is the example of the question. Yeah, in the form of dialogue, like what I said before. The dialogue is between Mom and Dika. Will you please put the dishes away? Blah blah blah. I'm cleaning up the floor. And the question, what is the suitable response to fill the blank space? A. Finally. B. I'm sorry. C. Let me see. D. You are right. What do you think, students? Which one the correct answer? Yeah, the correct one is I'm sorry. Why? Why the answer is B? Yeah, because in this sentence, I'm cleaning up the floor. It means that Dika cannot do or cannot put the dishes away that Mom already instructed to Dika. And then for the next question, arrange the following words into a good sentence. The orphanage, I, visit, and will. What do you think about the correct order? And the answer is B. 3, 5, 4, 1, and 2. And the correct order for the sentence is I will visit the orphanage. Okay, next. This is the final examination overview. Yeah, it's still about the final examination overview. And the material is obligation. Oh, sorry. The materials are obligation, prohibition, and advice. And the form of the question are in the form of dialogue, and then in the form of notice, and in the form of sign, and gap sentence. How about prohibition and advice? Yeah, the question is in the form of picture and also picture. Yeah, the student should determining the correct modal auxiliary, and then the students also should find the written information and finding implicit information and determining the correct modal auxiliary. And for the picture, students should determine the correct modal auxiliary. It's also happened in advice. Students should determine the correct modal auxiliary. And the example of the question, well, this is the example of the question about the previous final examination overview. And as I said before, the form of the question is in the form of dialogue and also picture. The dialogue is between Jonas and Johnny. Today is Monday. There is a flag ceremony, right? Yeah, we blah 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 wear a complete uniform or we will get punishment from the teacher. The suitable modal auxiliary to fill the blank space is blah blah blah. A. Should. B. Need. C. Have to. D. Must. Yeah, before you choose the option here, you should read the sentence once more. We blah 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 wear a complete uniform or we will get punishment from the teacher. Okay, please think about that. And then the second question, what does the notice mean? Yeah, I already provide the picture here, no littering. And for the option A, people aren't permitted to throw rubbish here. B, people can get gasoline for their cars here. C, people must be careful with their hands. D, people must not steal things here. Alright students, this is a task for you. And please answer this question in Google Classroom. I already provided in the form of quizzes. Actually, the question is not only 2 here. I already provide 10 questions, including these 2 questions. Okay, this is the end of this video lesson about final examination overview for old semester. Thank you for your attention. Let's say Alhamdulillah before I close this video lesson. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Don't forget to keep studying at home because the final examination will become. Thank you students for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you on the next video about final examination overview part 2.